Hi everyone, this is Ruth Swimmer, your teacher, obviously. Hello. I got a great question from a student and I wanted to cover that with you today quickly. It's about how to cite sources in this class. So what I'm going to tell you is how to cite sources in my classes in the paralegal program. Paralegal program is different than other programs. Here's why. In the law, we do not use the traditional citation formats like MLA or APA. You may have heard of those. Those are used a lot in academic writing, but we don't use them in the law. Usually the court rules for a particular court will explain how they want sources cited. There's sort of a general way that it's done, but the way that you need to cite sources in legal documents is to ask your lawyer how they want it done. They'll show you exactly. Each lawyer has their own little particulars. So that's something that you'll learn on the job. What I'm going to teach you today is what you need to do to cite your sources for my class. Okay? I don't need you to be as formal as the MLA or APA method. I just need you to do a couple of simple things and you'll be great. So let's get on our way. Let's say that you're doing a discussion and this discussion is about opening your own business as a paralegal. I'm going to use a slightly different example as I go here, but look, I'm going to add a new discussion, and let's say that this question was actually about alimony. And so let's say I don't know anything about alimony, and I decide to go out to a really trusted website called nolo.com. If you go to their legal articles section, you'll find a lot of great stuff. I really trust the website nolo.com. It helps people who can't hire an attorney get good legal information. So here I am, I'm doing this assignment, I'm trying to do this discussion post about alimony. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through here. Now here's what a lot of students do, and this is what I don't want you to do, okay? Or you can do it part way, but here it is. What some students do is I'll say, okay, Miss Swimmer wants to know about alimony, and this is the best thing I can find about alimony, so I'm just going to copy and paste it. Okay, so you would go like this. There's different ways to do this. You can right click on it. You can do Control C for copy. But let's go back over here to my discussion post and let's say I do this. I just pasted in something from another website. The first thing that you need to do, if you are copying and pasting, you must have quotation marks. If you are copying and pasting, you must have quotation marks at the beginning and the end of the quote. If not, you will have your assignment will have citation problems. Specifically, it's an issue called plagiarism, and that's when you pass somebody else's work off as your own. Now, in the legal field, we actually do a lot of borrowing from other sources. When we create legal documents, a lot of times we'll go in and we'll find somebody else's legal documents and copy those. Legal documents are not subject to copyright. It's perfectly normal and it's always been done that you go find a complaint that's written well and you copy it and use it for your client. That's totally different, but we're talking about non-legal documents. If we're talking about sources on the internet or something like that, we don't want to plagiarize. And to plagiarize is to pass off somebody else's work as your own. So if I'm going through here and I'm reading this, I'm going to see if you didn't have the quotation marks, I'm going to look and I'm going to think, hey, you wrote this. I'm going to think that you wrote this. And you didn't write this. You copied and pasted this. So if it's copied and pasted, if it's a direct amount, I'm reading the last word in the thing. If it's a direct quote, then you need those quotation marks at the beginning and the end. Now, here's another thing. If your answer is just a quotation from somebody else, I don't value that very highly. I'm not really interested in you finding this source and copying and pasting it in. It has some value, but it doesn't have a lot of value. For this purpose, I want to see that you took in this information, absorbed it, put it in your own words. So if there's something that you feel you need to quote, you can quote it, but I would rather see you paraphrase this or summarize it in your own words. In any case, whatever you do, let's say that you do this quotation mark thing, and let's say also that you summarized. So I would say with this first thing, in divorce, it's common for a divorcing spouse to receive alimony payments. The longer you've been married, the more alimony you can receive. Especially if your spouse makes more than you. Okay, so what I've done here is in these two sentences, I have actually summarized this quote. And again, this is what I would rather see you do. I would rather see you summarize in your own words. But in either case, either way, whether you do the direct quote or whether you do the summary, in both cases, I need to see your source. So the way to do that is to go over here. This is alimony. What do I need to know before divorce? Okay, so I'm going to grab this title and come back over here, and I'm going to put it here. There's the title. Now, I want to make this different, and the way that I do that is I click down here on Use the Advanced Editor. And so when I use the Advanced Editor, I can click on this button right up here in the upper left-hand corner, and it'll give me all of my formatting options. Generally, I want things to look all the same. I don't want things to be in different fonts. So I'm going to hit Control A, or you can use your mouse to select all of this. But I want it all in the same font and the same size. It doesn't matter which one you use. Commonly in the law, we use Times New Roman. That's a good one. But also I use some other ones that are easier to read on the web. Times New Roman is really good in print, but not as good on computer screens. I use one called Verdana a lot. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to make sure it all has the same font size. 14 points is a really good font size for online writing. So here's my the title of the thing. I'm going to unbold this. I'm going to try to unbold it. Okay, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to go here to this button that takes out all of the formatting. It removed the formatting, and I'm going to go back to Verdana, and I'm going to go back to 14, and no matter what, it's in bold. Okay. All right, I can probably live with that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the link. So I go back over here, I take from the address bar, I do a Control-C to copy, I come back here, and I'm going to highlight all of this text. Then I go here to the link button, and I link, and I'm going to paste in the URL right here. That's what I just grabbed from Nolo, and I'm going to insert it. You have just now cited your source. Also, if you had done it this way, if you're just paraphrasing, you still need to cite the source. So again, this was alimony. I'm copying and pasting my title. I'll copy. Over here to discussion 2, I'm going to paste it. I'm going to make sure it's in the same font as everything else I'm doing, Verdana 14. And then I'm going to select it, and I'm going to put my link in. I'm going to scroll up here. Okay, and now I need to put my link in, so I'm going to use this link button right here. Link. I need to go grab my link from the address bar, Control-C, come back over, link URL. I use Control-V to paste. Control-V as in Victor, paste, or you can right-click and select Paste, Insert. Okay, so if you're quoting in direct quotes, remember you need quotation marks. I will not be happy. And here's the thing, I get a sense for your writing style, and if you regularly have grammar errors in your writing and then all of a sudden I see this perfectly written stuff, my little skeptical ears or feelers or whatever kind of perk up, and I'm like, wait, I don't think they wrote this. So what I do is I just grab it like this. I grab a good chunk of it. I do Control-C. I go over here to Google, and I throw it in a Google search. And Google's going to bring up your source for me in seconds. I'm going to know exactly where you got it from. So, and I do that all the time. So just please be aware of that. If you are doing direct quotations, you need to put quotation marks around it. And then cite your source, put the title of the article, and then add your link, and you will have cited your source correctly. Please let me know if you have any questions about this. Remember, keep direct quotes to a minimum. Sometimes you need them, particularly if you're quoting a lawsuit. You're going to need long quotations. That's totally acceptable. But when you do that, you also need to go the extra step when you make a big block quote like this. Go the extra step and also summarize it in your own words so that I know you took it in, absorbed it, and know what it means. I hope you all have a great day. I hope you enjoy the class, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.